pick up. Let's check in with our expert this morning, Louie Ortiz, who joins us with an update. It's always hard when one or two groups of numbers come in to really determine whether we're seeing a trend or whether it's regional or just very much limited to one area. So kind of tell us what's going on overall in San Diego.
Sure. Well, you know, an interesting report just came out and basically said that there was a decline in the number of notice of defaults from first quarter of last year to first quarter of this year.
Fewer people in trouble on their loans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fewer notice of defaults being filed, about 39% less here in San Diego County, and it looks like that's a positive sign, but I still continue to see many declines in many areas around the county.
Yeah, now as far as these defaults go, I also kind of wonder if it's limited to, the news is limited to one particular price range of homes. Yeah. Because we've got these higher end homes that maybe people have been hanging on and they're right on the edge, but if their adjustable rate mortgages go up here in the future, couldn't we see another bump in these foreclosures?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and as a matter of fact, there was another report that came out that said about 1.5% of the mortgages in California that were above $500,000 saw an increase in mortgage defaults. So it's not all positive news, although we are seeing a little bit of stabilization in some of the entry-level markets, but I still think we're in for a little bit of a bumpy ride. Yeah,
I know. Linda's husband is in real estate. I was talking with him about this over the weekend, and he said everything 500,000 and above is still kind of anemic. We're not seeing a lot of action there.
You know, one of the things that's really interesting with these reports that I tend to see is that, and something that maybe is not in these reports, is that I talk to a lot of sellers here in the county, and so many sellers are still, you know, they think prices are going to be better next year. They're using their savings to maintain those mortgages, and they're just really barely hanging on. And I think as we start to see more of that inventory come into the market, I think we're going to see a little bit more price declines, especially declines, and especially in some of the more affluent areas in the county and price points above 500,000. I just think there's too much inventory still. It's taking right now about 7.5 months for a property to go through a formal foreclosure process. And we need to get through that inventory before we see some stabilization in our prices.
So it's still going to be a while.
I think it is still.
If you're a first-time home buyer and you're looking to get into the market,
oh, what a wonderful time to buy.
This is it.
This is it. I mean, interest rates are at historic lows, and what a wonderful time for a buyer to get into the market.
Okay. You've got a great thing going on here right now, and I want to totally shift gears here, but it's a great organization that's doing a great drive here.
Right, well, Keller Williams Realty is having their second annual Red Day event, and there's actually 75,000 real estate agents that are doing this event all across the country. And our office in El Camino Real is having a food drive to help the military outreach program at Camp Pendleton to say thanks for to the military. But all across the country on May 13th, there's going to be Keller Williams agents wearing these red T-shirts in the communities throughout the United States, helping the communities in various ways.
Give where you live.
Absolutely.
All right, so you want the public to jump on this. We've got the information up there. We'll link it at sandiego6.com and on Hot Topics. But easiest way for folks to get involved?
Well, our office on El Camino Real is having a food drive, and people can bring non-perishable food items between 9 and 2:30 on 12265 El Camino Real, and we welcome your support.
Give where you live.
Absolutely.
All right, let's just continue to keep an eye on these things here. Interest rates are still kind of, they're not doing much right now. We keep hearing they've got to go up eventually. Well, they do, but
we're expecting rates to go up. Right now, I think they're hovering around 5%, depending on who you talk to, for a 30-year fix. They're predicted to go up, although we really don't know. There's been so many changes in the industry lately.
Okay. Are folks taking advantage of the tax credits and so forth?
Absolutely. In fact, those tax credits are part of the reason why we're seeing an increase in the number of sales activity recently. And some of those are scheduled to expire, although they do get extended, or I've seen them get extended. But I think that's something that has really been increasing the numbers.
All right. We'll keep an eye on it. You'll keep coming back and updating us, and we'll have folks get involved with the food drive.
Great to see you.
Always good to see you, too. Thanks for doing this especially. All right. Again, for more information, you go to sandiego6.com. Just click on Hot Topics, and we will hook you right up there. All right. Let's get back over to Renee and find out what's going on with the drizzle and the kind of windy conditions out there. What's up?
You know,